I wasn't rich since I was a kid. I was in the street selling crack.
All right, now. Hey.
Rich my whole life. I didn't grow up on TV.
Hey, man, calm down.
I went to public school. I really shot niggas. I really sold dope. Y'all don't know nothing about me.
It's hard to believe that Naruto, at one point, was my favorite anime series on TV. When it first started, it had great character development, the fight scenes were extremely well done, and most importantly of all, out of every anime, Naruto has the highest ratio of bad bitches. But disregarding that, it was still one of the best shonen series being shown on TV, and it only got better with time. Like, can somebody explain why Naruto Shippuden looks better than Boruto does? But that's besides the point. What I did want to talk about is how infuriating Boruto is. And I've only watched up to episode 200, so that's all I'm gonna talk about. However, if an anime has as many problems as I'm about to list in the first 200 episodes, then maybe it deserves some self-reflection. And I know people have probably made this video before, but you've never seen anyone make it like me. So check this out. Boruto is a bitch! Like, until he gets his power up, which doesn't happen in the first 200 episodes by the way, I swear Boruto's sole purpose in life is just to get bitched around. Like, every time they see an enemy, they're just like, oh shit, that guy looks tough. Boruto, distract him with your shadow clones while we throw attacks at him. And let's not speak on how Mitsuki and Sarada put this guy on his back every single episode, especially Mitsuki. Like, remember that one episode where Boruto and Mitsuki are trapped in an adult prison? And Boruto's like, alright guys, we need to figure out a plan to escape. So, does someone have an idea or what? And Mitsuki's just like, oh, don't worry about that. I just used my snake to crawl out of the prison and find the easiest path out of sight to escape. Like, what the fuck? Give this guy a pat on the back or something. And thus stems one of the biggest problems that Boruto has. And that is their motivations.
諦めんなよ。諦めんなお前。どうしてそこでやめるんだそこで。もう少し頑張ってみろよ。ダメやめ諦めたら。周りのこと思うよ。応援してる人たちのこと思ってみろって。あともうちょっとのところなんだから。
What would you want to be in future?
Stand up.
Yes, you.
Stand up.
Stand up.
I would like to be a terrorist.
Now, back to the original Naruto for a second. Every single character's motivation was either fleshed out or incredibly inspiring. Rock Lee. But like, even though Naruto's motivation was Sasuke!
2 years later.
Every day he woke up and was like, oh shit, I'm still not strong enough to fight Sasuke? Alright, back to training. While Boruto wakes up and is like, my daddy doesn't give me any attention because he's too busy being the chief of the village. I'm gonna go play X cards with this rich kid I met yesterday. What the fuck? And although trying to stop your best friend from murdering his enemies for revenge is a little bit corny, it was still a goal he had to grind for and hope to finally reach one day. Since at that time, Sasuke was actually stronger than Naruto. Yeah, I know, hard to believe. I mean, maybe Boruto trying to get his dad's attention would be a little more inspiring if we didn't find out in the very first episode that his dad is going to die. And I'm not sure if they're trying to be relatable with the whole dad give me attention thing, because I'm pretty sure that most people's dads don't run an entire nation full of people. However, I have to admit, Boruto has done something kinda cool where the new generation of kids are all representations of characters from the original show. Like, for example, Sarada is the new Naruto, but she's also smart. Mitsuki's the new Orochimaru, which is kinda weird since he isn't evil as far as I know. And Boruto is the new Sasuke. Or not? To be honest, I'm not really sure what they were trying to do with Boruto. I mean, it's kinda cool that Naruto's son wants to be like Sasuke, but I mean, you can't have it both ways. He should either be happy and stupid like Naruto, or depressed and intelligent like Sasuke. Having it both ways just feels disingenuous. Like, Sasuke would never try to talk no jutsu anybody. Back then, he just counted bodies. Granted, back then Sasuke was on demon timing, but that just goes to show how superior the old Naruto is compared to the new one. Anyways, speaking of Sasuke, there's a whole plot with Sarada, who's Sasuke's daughter by the way, where she gets really upset with her mother for still claiming to be Sasuke's wife, even though she barely knows anything about him, and how their entire life, he's only shown up at their house like twice. And because she's completely justified in feeling that way, she finally decides to start pressing her mom with factual facts. But then her mother simply tells her, "We're connected by our feelings," or some shit. Then Sarada gets angry and breaks the house and she faints. I mean, what a great conclusion, right? While Sarada goes through the wreckage of her own house that she destroyed, she finds a picture of Sasuke with Karin, who suspiciously wears the exact same pair of glasses she wears. And you know what that means, right? Yup, time for an entire arc where Sarada thinks Karin is her mother. Now that her mother is temporarily comatose, she decides to go on a secret mission to find her father and ask him herself to find out who her real mother is. Even though every person with half a functioning brain knows that Sakura is her real mother. Now, you might be thinking, couldn't Sarada just ask her mother when she wakes up from her conveniently timed nap? Well, the answer to that is no. Why, you ask? Well, that's because that would make too much sense, of course. Like, literally 2 episodes after that conversation, she ends up asking Sugetsu to do a DNA test on her. Like, what is this, Mori? I thought this was a kid's show. Anyways, the DNA test ended up being a perfect match, and she actually starts to believe that her real mother is Karin. However, Naruto, in Naruto fashion, stops her and is like, "So, a long time ago, I was on a swing set once, and it made me really sad. But anyway, all that matters is, Sakura raised you as a child, and you should stop crying about it. Okay? Okay, little baby? Need your diapers and your baby bottle filled with milky, you little baby?" Anyways, with all that tension built for Sasuke finally meeting his daughter, we finally get to the reveal and...
Huh?
Run your shit, bitch!
Swiggity's Hootie, I'm coming for that booty. Swiggity's Hootie, I'm coming for that booty. Swiggity's Hootie, I'm coming for that booty. On my way to steal.
Omae, Sarada.
Bro, I can't make this shit up. Like, I bet you thought your dad was bad.
Pranked! Ha! Got him!
I am not lying when I say that the first time I saw this scene, I started dying laughing. I mean, she doesn't even look like the Kagyu clan or whatever. But that part didn't even bother me. The fact that the writers chose to have Sasuke almost murder his daughter the second he sees her, that's what had me dying. But besides that funny detail, if you were looking forward to seeing Sasuke's growth from the original Naruto to Boruto, that's too bad. Since Sasuke, like Boruto, literally gets bitched by everyone he faces.
Get out the way!
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
Psych!
Ain't no fucking way, boy.
Gotcha, bitch!
My vital organs! Wait! No! Why do you have so much power?
And Sasuke isn't the only character that Boruto ruined. Like, do y'all remember Jugo? Sasuke's right-hand man, literal demon in a human's body? Yeah? Yeah, you do? Well, guess what? Jugo has graduated from a laser shooting demon into a international bird watcher. And I get that it was established he liked animals in the original Naruto, but in Boruto, looking at birds is the only identifiable trait he has. And it honestly wouldn't be as much of a bother if they didn't make 10 entire episodes about birds. They even introduced this bird boy who for some reason always talks like his mother's asleep in the next room.
Yes, that's right. It's the time between when the infection starts and the symptoms begin to appear.
And he just keeps going on and on and on about what types of birds he likes, why the safety of birds is important, and why, like, no one gives a shit. And I mean, it's not like Juko had that much of a character to begin with. He was just a lost, kind of messed up guy who didn't know how to control his powers. And the only reason he really joined Sasuke was because he finally wanted to escape Orochimaru's sex dungeon. But in Boruto, he's just a nice guy who loves birds and occasionally transforms into a murderous psychopath. But moving on from that, isn't it kind of weird how almost every character gets visually disturbed every time Boruto comes around? Like, it's almost as if the writers know that Boruto is annoying and just plans the show around it. But taking the heat off of Boruto for a second, having the main character weaker than everybody else around him, and also having the most ridiculously overpowered villains I've ever seen may not have been the best choice plot-wise. I mean, most of the villains are so broken, they just choose to let the heroes go, even when they specifically say they're not going to.
つまり今まで俺の顔を認識した者は皆死んでいる。今こうして顔を合わせているお前たちのことも殺すから。
Like, allowing one of the main villains to have a power where they can literally absorb every other character's powers just goes to show the plot magic they have to do just in order to get rid of some of these guys. But anyway, I'm not trying to make this video too long, so if you enjoyed, hit that like and subscribe button, and thanks for watching. Psych! Did I get you? I mean, if you tapped your phone or moved your mouse, probably not, but whatever. I just wanted to see if I can get you to like and subscribe. Anyways, what I wanted to talk about next is the time when, minor spoiler warning, Boruto gets caught cheating during the tuning exams. And the fact that he cheated didn't bother me at all, since it actually made sense with the way the plot was going. But what did bother me is the fact that Boruto goes through this whole arc where he blames the entire thing on the scientist Roblox looking dude. And that's whatever. I mean, I can't even remember the dude's name, but what I did have an issue with was the fact from then on, Boruto starts pretending like using any sort of scientific ninja technology is now a federal crime punishable by death. Like, I swear, every single character he comes into contact with literally explains to him why scientific technology is important, and no matter what they tell him, he refuses to accept it.
そんなに毛嫌いしなくてもいいじゃん。あんたたちの好きなゲームやパソコンだって科学技術の結晶なんだから一緒だよ。全然違え。
Like, no it's not! And after every person he's ever known tells him he's wrong, you wanna guess what made him change his mind? Well, you don't have to, because I'm gonna tell you anyway. But the thing that made him change his mind was a... drum roll please. A lightsaber. You can't write this, folks. Also, can I say, the fact they all live in a time period where digital phones, computers, and laptops all exist, you'd think that maybe they'd use them a bit more often. Like, to this day, I will never understand why they chose to have cell phones in whatever era they're in. I mean, it feels like the writers wanted to implement technology, but quickly realized how useful it could be, so they took the smart route and decided to pretend like it never existed. But anyways, this time this is really it, and the video ends now.
Someone's gotta poop on Dr. Phil. Someone's gotta poop on Dr. Phil.
Oh yeah, also like and subscribe. So a long time ago, I was on a swing set once, and it made me really sad. Oh my god. Oh shit. So a long time ago, I was on a swing. Shit.